How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? I am Dave B and I sell Chevys. Today we're going to take a quick look at the new 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe interior. Now this is an LT model. MSRP of this vehicle, or total vehicle price, is $58,295 before any kind of dealer incentives or discounts. And the only option we added to this vehicle for $200 is the all-weather floor mats. So everything you see in this truck today, you get with an LT. Let's start here with the key fob. Obviously you have your unlock, your lock. You do have remote start. You just press twice. You have a panic button, and you also have your window button for the back. Again, press twice. It's gonna pop the glass, just like Tahoes have had forever. And then if you press twice on the gate, you have that power tailgate. Now the cool thing about this LT is it does come standard with the hands-free foot access. So if you kick under here onto the right side, taillights are gonna flash, it's gonna beep, and it's gonna drop that gate down. You can do that to either open or close the tailgate. On your door handle, you have your button, you just press to enter. I do want to point out real quick, the mirrors on this truck are huge compared to the last generation. That's definitely a good thing, because in the previous generation truck, when we went from 14 to 15 model year, a lot of people complain that the mirrors shrunk so much. Here you can be confident you're gonna have a nice size mirror, which is gonna give you great visibility. Inside the vehicle, you're gonna notice the climate control is on. When we remote start our vehicles, it will automatically heat or cool the vehicle depending on the temperature outside. So you don't have to leave anything set the night before. When you get in, it's gonna be comfortable, and you hit the button to start and you're on the road. Big change for 2021, no more column shift. We got a pull push system here. It's very intuitive, it's very easy to use. Pull for drive, press for park, pull for reverse. You even have low mode, where you can actually manually shift through the gears yourself if you needed to do that. And this is a 10-speed automatic transmission in this truck. As you glance around the interior, if you're familiar with Tahoe, you'll be familiar with this. Everything is very easily laid out. It's very easy to use. It's very intuitive. They did move some buttons around, but once you find out where it is, you're good to go. On your door panel, of course, you have simple stuff, memory, windows, locks, mirrors, that sort of stuff. Here you have your headlights, which of course, like most cars today, are automatic. You also have your four-wheel drive control, which is push button, whatever mode you want to be in. And then you have some buttons here for different controls like StabiliTrak, your park sensors, your auto start stop. That'll disable the feature that turns the engine off when you stop at red lights and things like that. If you feel the need to do that, you have the ability to do it. If you don't mind when it's on when you're driving, you'll save a little bit of fuel, you'll stop a little pollution. You also have a button here to power one of your outlets in the truck. Steering wheel's laid out just like most new General Motors steering wheels. You have your driver information center controls here on the right. That's going to control the screen in front that we're looking at right now. Sorry, that screen's a little dirty. This car just got here. But this goes through all different things. You can control info pages. You can control your sound. You can control nav. You can control your phone. All that through these buttons on the steering wheel. Of course, you can do it all on the center screen, and you can also do a lot of these functions by voice with our push to talk button. This also is what you would use to answer the phone and hang up the phone. This, if you press and hold, it'll bring you through iPhone Siri, so you can do voice command through iPhone and all that sort of stuff as well. There are also buttons on the back side of the steering wheel for volume on the right. On the left side, it's going to be for like your track titles, radio stations, presets, things like that. You also have cruise control here, and standard on the LT, you do get the emergency braking, which is also going to give you pedestrian and forward collision alert. Here you can adjust the gap of how soon or late you want that warning. Big change for 2021 is the wireless charging pad. It is huge. That's a Galaxy S10 Plus, and there's room to spare, so no matter what phone you get, it should fit. Excuse my cup of morning coffee there. Here we have climate controls, which is very standard for General Motors. You have your hot cold knobs for driver and passenger, your fan speed, your direction of where you want your air. And then all these controls are redundant up on the screen. So if we go over to climate, you can use this to adjust for both front and rear climate as well. Above that, you have some basic radio controls, power and volume, tuning and enter button, and then you have like a home button, some track buttons, and a back button. Again, everything can be done here up on the screen, which is super big, awesome. They did change just like the new software compared to the old generation Tahoe. They even have a nice little leather wrapped section here, which just gives it a real high-class, high-end look. You have a hazard button, which is over here on the right. Feels kind of like a reach. I actually would prefer it up on top of the steering column. I think it's easier access and it's quicker, but that's just me. And you have a little compartment here that you could open and maybe put something in, whatever it may be. You can decide that for yourself. You have a standard size glove box, which is pretty normal, and you have your nice sized center console with the drop-in tray, which is part of the LT package. Now, as you can probably understand, you have all sorts of USB ports throughout the whole vehicle, first row, second row, third row. Most of the ones in the back are going to be USB-C. Up in the front, you have both USB and USB-C. You also have an SD card slot here, and here you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto capability, which is awesome. I think most people know about it now. If you don't, you plug your phone in and you basically broadcast your phone image onto the screen. It's what the phone manufacturers or the companies allow, so it's like your Spotify's and Waze, Google Maps, Pandora, stuff like that. You're not going to see video apps and things of that nature. And available in the Tahoe is wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It's in some of the higher packages, which we'll get to that in future videos. You also have a Wi-Fi hotspot, which is 4G. It's run by AT&T. It's an LTE program. It's unlimited data. You can hook up to 7 devices from 60 feet away, or 50 or 60 feet away, which is an awesome thing to keep the children occupied, or anybody for that matter. Up top, you have your power button for your rear door, so we can open and close that hatch from here. This is also programmable. If you put it on 3/4, you can adjust how high you want this door to open. You move it manually to where you want it. You press and hold this button until you see the lights flash. Once they flash and it beeps, that is now the maximum height this door will go when you're in 3/4 mode. Why is that useful? Well, let's say you park in the garage and the garage door is up. You don't want this door to go up so high that it hits that door. You know, maybe you forget, maybe the kids hit the button, whatever it may be. So you can get in there, you can limit it so it won't do that, and protect the back of your vehicle. The LT is going to have a bench seat standard. Bucket seats would be optional. You'll see you have climate controls here and those USB-C ports. You also have a nice center armrest that'll fold down with a couple cup holders for your rear passengers. And this also has a brand new lever, which is right here, and this allows you to move this seat forward and back. This comes in super handy because you can adjust where you need the leg room, whether it be in the 3rd row or for the 2nd row. So all your passengers can be comfortable. You have some good versatility with that. In the standard LT model, it's effortless to get into the 3rd row. Just drop, basically pull that twice, and you saw with a couple fingers on the switch there, you can get in the 3rd row nice and easy. You got a nice wide opening, which is a little bigger than the previous generation. You have a 3rd row seat that's higher off the floor. A lot of room in the 3rd row, even for someone like myself. I'm gonna hop in there and show you. I am 6'5", and as you can see, I have headroom, I have leg room, and this seat is back. It can go further forward, which would give me another maybe 2-3 inches of leg room from where it is right now. So a great amount of space in the 3rd row of this vehicle, definitely an improvement over the previous generation. And again, you do have USB-C on each side of the 3rd row, as well as cup holders. You know, so again, all your passengers are gonna have things to keep them occupied and places to put things and stuff like that. This truck is so awesome. I absolutely love it. Lastly, we're gonna take a look at the cargo area. This is much bigger than the previous generation truck. As you can see, you do have a small storage underneath where you can put some things that maybe you keep in the vehicle all the time. And due to this being an LT standard, there is no power function for folding these seats, but you just lift this up, the headrest drops by itself, and the seat folds. Whoa, the seat folds nice and flat. Super easy to do. Then you just reach in, pull this strap up, lift your headrest, and you're back in business. Obviously 60-40 split for both rows, so you can have a lot of versatility depending on where you need cargo versus passengers. I hope you learned a little something in this video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button and like the video. This way it gets pushed out to more people so they can also be educated on this brand new Chevrolet 2021 Tahoe interior. And I don't know what you think, but this truck is absolutely beautiful. We are gonna sell a ton of them.